I don't think we're only meant to do one thing. I think if there's something you want to do, just push for it. Just do it.
Mums sometimes hit a certain time in their life where it's like, I can't do this anymore. What is the point?
Self-love is so important. We have to pour into us, because if we're not functioning, how could we help our little ones function?
The Parent Playbook. The Parent Playbook.
Hey everybody, and welcome to the Parent Playbook by Tribe, and I'm your host, Nyah. This is a space for real conversation about parenting, careers, dreams. It's not the highlight reel. It's not your perfect Instagram version with the clean floors. This is no fluff and basically extremely authentic. So, you know, when it comes to parenting, there's no manual, there is no instructions or way to do things. But what we do have today is the purple print. So without further ado, we're going to get into it, and I'm going to introduce a very special guest who I've been dying to get into the chair since the last time I featured on her podcast. Guys, make some noise for Glamz Tan!
Hey, girl.
Thank you so much for coming, and I'm loving the leopards. If you're only listening and you're not watching, girl, the outfit is outfitting. But yeah, thank you so much for coming. Do you want to tell everybody who you are and what you do?
Okay, so my name's Glamz Tan. I'm a director, entrepreneur, podcaster, radio host, event coordinator.
Everything.
I do everything, man.
And on top of that, you're a mother.
And I'm a mother. The most important.
Yeah, they do say it's the most important. But sometimes
Definitely.
I feel like sometimes you don't have to lead with the mother. That can come at the end. I think that especially your children are a bit older.
Yeah,
you
they're
probably
older now,
had a lifetime of so-and-so's mom, so-and-so's mom, so-and-so's mom.
Yeah.
So now it's time for you to, lead with your accolades and all the stuff that you're doing and you're building.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're going to get straight into it today.
Okay.
And I want to talk about how you manage to raise your children. And okay, so back in the day, there wasn't really conversation about what the invisible load looked like. I think parents, mums, just got on with it. You've got a load of shit on your table and you just start to throw it all at the wall and hope that it all starts sticking and it doesn't fall off. But now there's a lot of talk about what the invisible load looks like for mothers, especially mums that are career driven and have other things going on, not just managing the house. What does that look like for you?
Okay, so I've always known from a young age that I just knew what I wanted. I knew that obviously, yes, of course, I wanted to be a mom. I wanted to, just have a career. So obviously I had my son, had my son, and even with my son, I still, do you know what it is? Sometimes you hear some stories, and this isn't me shaming anyone. There's some people that feel like just because they're a parent, they can't, or it's more harder, or they can't do certain stuff.
Oh yeah.
Because
I think that's very normal.
You have kids, and that's, each to their own. But I always said, you know what? I feel like if you want to do something, you can do it. Whereas there's some people who unfortunately don't have, the support.
Yeah.
So it could be a lot harder. So I have put that into consideration for myself. I've always had such a great, I've had a great support system, and I'm grateful for it. My siblings, great friends, family, and that, and I was fortunate to. But there's times I had my down days. Do you see what I mean? But having them there as my backbone, and I'm a very prayerful.
Okay.
Lord and Savior, you get me?
Amen.
I did have my down days, but I've always been resilient, no matter what life has thrown at me. So
when you had your children, how did you plan out what you was going to do? How did you take it from your head into a process? So sometimes people use whiteboards. I mean, now we're in the digital era. We've got Google Calendar and things and notes and WhatsApp. But what did it look like?
Vision boards.
Really?
I at the end of every year, beginning of every year, I always did a vision board.
Okay.
Literally, and I just did a 5-year plan of what I wanted to do. And obviously sometimes you may not hit your target, but I wanted to set a target for myself to challenge myself to be just say, I'm going to do an episode every single month. And I did that.
Okay. Well done.
I did that and I ticked it off and it was hard work. It was a lot of work. So obviously when my kids were young, obviously, I'm being honest with you, I didn't know I was going to get into podcasting, obviously back then.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you may think that your life's going to go a certain way and it doesn't.
Yeah.
Because I actually was a singer-songwriter from when I was 10. That's originally what I wanted to do. But then obviously life turned, certain stuff happened, and then it just then I did shows and all that stuff, but then I just like, okay, let me just sort it out, just bringing up my kids. And then it was lockdown when I just said, oh, you know, a lot of people struggling with, of course, mental health and couldn't, you know, I know so many people that suffer mental health that find it hard to talk to people, was going through so many things. And I thought, okay, what could I do to kind of bring this awareness and create a safe space? So then I did Talk Real podcast.
Right.
And we did it as obviously on live first. And we had a very good, like, you know, we had loads of followers that followed and that would naturally just tune in.
Yeah.
And it just became so good, man. And then I did it visually.
Okay.
And then I got different sort of people on there. And then it was just, I just planned everything, the name, the concept, how long I wanted to do it for. And obviously I've still got it running now. It's been like 9 years, but I've taken certain breaks because of all the other stuff.
Yeah.
It's
I think
it's the managing.
Yeah, I was about to say that. With the amount of different projects and stuff that you do, it's like there's a podcast season and then maybe you're doing something else, and then back to the podcast season. And I think that's okay. I think that's just, it's
do you know what
pretty
it is? I don't think we're meant to just box ourselves into one category.
No.
I've always been into the creative field, always, my whole life. So I said, like, okay, look, I'm doing directing now. Okay, I'm doing acting now.
Yeah.
And then, okay, I can go back to talking whenever I want to.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? People always reach out to me, oh, can I come in? I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah,
that's so easy. But I feel like I've never been a person to just be like, just boxed into like, oh, okay, I'm only going to be a podcaster. That's just what I think. I don't think we're only meant to do one thing. I think if there's something you want to do, just push for it. Just do it.
I think that we were brought up though in a generation where it was you don't want to be a jack of all trades and a master of none, and that gets driven into you, which makes you feel like you have to pick a one lane and a one vibe. And I think that the times have changed, and it's very obvious that things are shifting, you know, so quickly. So if you only focused on one thing and said, that's the only thing I'm going to do, then how would you evolve, you know? Because you would never have thought of being a podcaster in the 80s. There was no such thing, you know? So then how could you get to the stage of doing podcasts and think, but that isn't my main thing that I want to do, so I'm not going to do it. It doesn't even really make sense. But I think it's just an old school mentality of focusing in one area and only doing that and not ever trying anything else. I think diversifying is so important, especially with kids. How do you encourage your children to diversify in what they want to do?
Oh, okay, so my kids are just so creative like that. And I'm glad that I've given them that zeal to just want to go for what they want to, like what they want to do. They're very creative as well, you know. And actually what they want to do, like my oldest son, he's a chef. Wow. Top chef, he's a chef. So then in terms of the cooking and all of that, he's really, really good. Like obviously I taught my kids from young, you know, we have to teach them from young. From man, big up my gran, you know. Well, 6 years old, had to be in the kitchen, get me.
Did your curry go 6 years old?
Buy some peas. So my kids know how to cook and everything like that. And then one of my other son, he's a footballer, football and boxing. And then my daughter, she's into like making stuff. So I wear a lot of, sometimes, not today, but I wear a lot of like necklaces, my kids' necklaces.
Oh, she
like
makes them.
sometimes, and then both my daughters do bangles and that. So that's me pouring into them.
Yeah.
I believe we always should pour into our kids. Like if they've got a talent, we need to pour into them. I just think it's a must because they're the next generation.
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean? So I've always been a believer of, you know, showing them, you know, you can do what you want to do. And they have that mentality, you know, to not give up.
Yeah.
Should it be in anyone's vocabulary? And I'm glad that I'm like, okay, I'm doing something right. You know, no one's going to ever get it right. Of course not.
No, it's true.
But
that's part of the learning.
We have our days, but it's just being like, what's your why? That's the most important thing. What is your why? Like, why do you do this? Everything I'm doing is for my kids.
Okay.
First, I want them to be better than me.
Yeah.
And evolve more than me. Do you see what I mean? So I feel like I'm laying in that blueprint down for them. And I see it in them, like when they're talking and they're talking about, investing and, you know, how to save, taught them how to save, little piggy bank and all that. Well, I got taught that from little. So, I'm proud of myself for that they've taken it in.
Yeah.
That's the most important thing.
Yeah, I feel like when your children are little, you're doing all the things, but you don't actually know if it's working until they get older.
Yeah,
and then you're like, okay, like, did it work? I don't know yet, but I'm going to enjoy the process. Do you know what I mean? Okay, so talk to me, like, let's go back a little bit when your children are probably littler, and you was having a tough day, because I feel like entrepreneurship and doing all of the amazing things is great, but having to go through the trenches sometimes, a lot of parents or mums that are going through stuff don't realise that we all go through the same stuff. You know, there's a day where multiple times where you might hide into the bathroom, lock the door and be like, I just need like a minute and there you go.
Cry.
Like talk to me about one of those days and how you come through it, because I think that is what we want to hear.
It's realistic.
It is realistic
Exactly.
because we like the shiny stuff at the end. But what got you to the shiny stuff at the end? You know,
prayer, resilience. I feel like sometimes we have more bad days than good.
100%.
And I feel like we have to be realistic because perfection doesn't exist. We can look for that anyway. It doesn't exist.
But when did that hit for you?
Which part?
The perfection doesn't exist, because like there is a transition where we accept that. Oh yeah, nah, I ain't flawless.
Yeah,
and that
exactly.
is okay. Like,
oh God, it depends on like from what age group are we talking about?
whatever
It's all
stands
just
out
literally
to you.
in general.
Yeah, like or if there was a specific time where you felt like, yeah, I remember
when the kids were a lot younger, because obviously I got had my kids back to back.
Yes.
So the ages are 13, 14, 15.
Okay, wow.
And then 19. So the younger three, it was hard because obviously the big, remember the big pushchairs?
Yeah.
And then one's there
on the top,
and then one's at the bottom,
yeah.
and you're trying to get on the bus.
Yes.
And sometimes it's pouring down with rain and taxis were very expensive.
There's no Uber.
Can't just get no Uber.
Yeah.
Uber. It was like, oh my God, like get in, sort them out, and then I'll just like have a little cry.
Right.
But I never let them see me cry.
Okay.
I never let my kids see me ever when I'm having those days.
Moments, yeah.
It was just like, oh God, like you know that no kids ask to be born. I love my kids more than anything. So it's just like, okay, what can I do to try and turn this around? Give them a good life. Do you get what I mean? For us all. Do you see what I mean? But I did have a lot of bad times where I was just like, oh my
And
God,
I think that,
what am I doing?
But that is the thing. I feel like what am I doing? Is this right? Am I making the right decisions? As a mum, it can feel very, very, very heavy.
Yeah.
And I feel like sometimes it's like sharing the fact of, that is me. I've been there and I'll probably go there again. It's not something that ever goes away because we are like on a continual conveyor belt of falling over, getting back up, falling over, getting back up, running, sprinting, falling over, getting back
100%,
up. You know?
all the time.
And I think that the comfort is, like, especially to the mums that are listening, if you feel like that, then there is a way out. You know? There's always definitely a way out. And it can be short term if you want it to be short term. But don't be scared that it could happen again.
No, 100%. And that's what I'm saying. In terms of like friends, we all had my good friends who I've grown up with. They're all like we're all godparents to each other's kids.
Oh, lovely.
So we had our little circle that we've always had growing up with, and we have moments where we're going through the similar things.
Okay.
And moments of low, like we're feeling a bit low, and we'll get on the phone, we have a little cry, or we just, So we always. I'm glad that I've very, very, I don't take anyone in my life for granted, so I'm very grateful for the down times when I felt very down, within myself, and we've just poured into each other, like, come on, you've got this, okay, I've had times like that,
So it sounds like your friend group has been really pivotal in keeping you spinning all your plates at the same time. And I think that is a blessing, as you said. It's like it's having people that you can be honest with and not judge you for being honest. And I think sometimes we're scared to say how we really feel because you think like even with me, like I'm an entrepreneur and I'm a singer and I'm doing all the things. And it's like there has been times where I'm scared to say like, am I actually doing the right thing? Like, is this where I'm actually meant to be? I'm tired. Like, when is it gonna work?
100%.
When do I get my tipping point? Is this what should I just get a job? These are all things that entrepreneurs and creative people question themselves all the time. And it doesn't take away from the fact that you believe in what you're doing. It's just the doubts of the world.
And you know what I love about you as well is the fact that you show it all. You show the good times and you show the bad times, the times when you're just feeling like you're a mum. You wake up, you do your hair, so our hair may be a mess. Like, I'm being times as soon as I get in, I take off my bra.
The bra
I'm
comes
over
off,
it.
babes.
I'm over it. Like, as soon as I'm in, I put my little do-rag on. Literally,
the bonnet is on.
The bonnet is on. Like, this is real life. But then when we're outside, we look presentable. We show up. We do what we've got to do. But inside,
I'm not gonna lie, sometimes you can see me in the street looking very homeless. I'm not gonna lie. I am outside. Sometimes it's just getting it together sometimes is very hard.
Yes,
I used to say, when I take my daughter to school, like when I had my daughter, I thought, I'm never going to be one of those mums that go to the school and can pop down. No way. Nah, babes, I've been popped down, man. I've been popped down. And the school that she goes to now, there's not very many people wearing satin bonnets like what I wear. And it's like, I've had to do podcasts today. So I've had to take her to school first, but I don't want to undo their hair till I get here. So I'm there with the bonnet on, and then I've got the big, massive Rastafari type hat over, looking like Bob Marley's sister. But this is the real me. Like sometimes it is definitely
We've
together.
got to just be real. We've got to just be 100. Like there's times when there was a day that was just, everything was just going wrong. In this day from, getting the kids up, you wake them up, come and wake up. Then, I'm getting up. Next you go, they're back to sleep again.
Gosh,
like, what are we doing here? Like, what? And I'm like, come on. And then, this one can't find this, someone can't. It's like, oh my God. I've had days like that.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah, and then I've got to be somewhere by a certain, I'm like, come on, I've got to get out of the house, get yourself to get your shoes. And there's, this one's got this. And then they're having a little mini arguments. Because obviously the age groups, I'm like, oh my God. I have moods like that a lot, actually.
Okay.
Like, we've got to just be 100, yeah? We've got to keep it real. No one's perfect.
No one's perfect. So how do you do you think that, so with all the technology in the world, there are apps that remind you to drink water, yeah? Like, do you not think that there needs to be some type of tech solution that helps mums carry this load? Because with all the AI and there's so many different things out there, like, what is there that can help mum so that she doesn't have to be so, I don't know, just like sometimes just all over the place, because the brain is so full with so much information. Because you describe what you're doing for yourself, but I know as a mum, you have plans for each and every one of your child.
Yeah, 100%, yeah.
So then you're thinking of nurturing, raising, building, equipping each child with a different version of what life looks like for them, because they're all different. Like, what does that feel like?
It's a lot. It's a lot, because it's not just me anymore having to worry about. I've got to worry about 4 others, and I want the best for all 4 of them. Exactly. They're all different. I want them to always be themselves. You know, I'm not trying to come and change any of them. They're all unique in their own way. This one wants to do that. That one wants to do that. That one, and spending time with all 4 of them. Yeah. I have to...
Like quality time.
Quality time. We do a lot of family outings. We do some fun activities at home. I always make sure that I have to spend time with them, understand them. Got to understand our kids, how their mindset, how they are, how they think, And literally someone would be like, oh, but mummy, can we spend time with it? I'll be like, okay. No, but mummy, you need to... Yes. I get that. So I'm like, okay, let's just spend time together. Let's just watch a movie together. And then this one wants to watch this movie, and then this one, and I'm like, pick one.
Yeah, no, it's crazy.
It gets a lot.
But I feel like as well, what happens is you're all of those things that you're doing and you're thinking and you're planning and you're pre-planning and you're putting out fires every single day. I feel like mums travel through that, and that's when they hit a certain burnout for themselves, because you are filling the cup, but yes, your children fill your cup in because they enrich you, they enrich your soul and your whole being. But there's a physical element to what is not going back into your cup. And then mums sometimes hit a certain time in their life where it's like, I can't do this anymore. What is the point? How do I find myself again? And I get that with a lot of, I think they call them empty nesters, when the children have then fled the home, and then mum is now not doing all the cooking and cleaning for all of the kids, and she's not doing the raising, day-to-day raising. It changes, and then mum's left looking in the mirror at someone that she doesn't even recognize, because she has let a part of herself just diminish over the years because she's poured so much into her children. How do we avoid that from happening?
Oh God, I think that we need to always remember, without us, how can we look after them? So I would say self-love is so important. We have to pour into us, because if we're not functioning, how could we help our little ones function?
100%.
Do you see what I mean? So there's been times when I've been I'm just not well.
Yeah.
And sometimes they come back and they give you a cold and all that. And there's times when I'm not feeling, when I'm really just poorly.
I'm sorry.
No, it's all right.
Remember the poorly, because the Kizzy alarm has gone off, babes. The Kizzy alarm is
no
off.
problem.
You've met Kizzy.
Yes. She's lovely.
Thank you.
My kids love her as well.
She is very much involved in a podcast, even though she isn't here today.
Yeah.
And she has given me a message to ask all the parents. Okay. So her question is, what is your favourite hobby to do with your children?
Oh,
And you have 4, so maybe you
Yeah,
could pick one. I don't know.
We do quite a lot.
What's your favourite thing? What do you get the most enjoyment?
Oh, we go pool.
Really?
Yeah. My dad comes up, play pool.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
that is so cute.
Play pool, Kizzy.
I'll let her know. Sometimes I think
Yeah.
Kizzy's trying to throw me shade because she's like, well, what do you enjoy doing with me?
What do you know? What's your favourite activity?
Hobby,
Yeah.
I would probably say it would be badminton.
Okay,
Yeah, because we do a bit of badminton
interesting.
together.
Okay.
But I actually really enjoy doing her hair for school. I was definitely an old school, like you're going to school with braids every day. I'm not, there's just
Okay.
cane rows. I'd sit on a Sunday night, do cane rows, and that would last for 3 weeks, yeah? 4 weeks on a rusty week, yeah?
Do you do
I'm
like the beads and everything? Do you do the beads?
I've done all the beads,
Oh, okay.
yeah, just cane her and leave her. But now, when I wash her hair, I do a roller set at home. So it's not straight, but it's just a little bit more
little
manageable
bounce.
because she's got
Okay.
very tight curls. So since Christmas, she's had her roller set. I've washed her hair a few times. And I'm just having a great enjoyment doing her hair in the morning for school, which I haven't done because she just has her braids, that is it. But it's nice. It's like I brush her hair up, do a little style, and we just get that mummy-daughter time, which I was avoiding before because of my schedule, and I didn't want to do hair in the morning. That's what I used to think. And now I'm like, oh my God, I actually really enjoy this little bit of special mummy-daughter time. But we're not doing no fantastic edges and styling. No. Just got the rustic. Do you know what I mean?
Kids will do the edges. I do all the edges. But
Really?
The way they are now, yeah, they do look at edges and that.
Yeah, no, Kizzy's version of edges is, yes, it's not serious, but we're not doing edges. My cousin done her hair one time and done the little edges, and then she come and I'm like, oh, can you do my edges like Auntie Shani? I was like, absolutely not. No. We're not doing edges, babes. We're not doing edges. But to go back to where we
pool.
left off with before the pool,
Oh yeah, so when I've been poorly.
When you've been poorly.
So I've been very, very poorly, and like one would bring me up peppermint tea. Got a breakfast in bed. My son would just bring it up for me, or bring it up. And yeah, they're very, like when mummy's not well, they just leave me be.
Okay, they've learned.
Yeah, they do their own thing. Because of their ages now, they just do their own thing. But they just, there is a nice balance. There is a lovely balance.
I love that. So give me one high of being a mum and one low.
One high is my growing up with my kids and just going through this journey of life with them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The low is, oh God, the low. Oh my God. I don't know.
I feel like I'll do one,
know.
but I feel like for me it's like I love being a mum. I never grew up thinking I want to be a mum. That wasn't really in my psyche. I was just so interested in myself being this superstar. But having her has really humbled me and has made me look at me when I was younger. And make me really see myself through a different lens and respect myself as an adult and understand that that's how you got here. Like everything I see her going through, her trials and tribulations, and being there for her in the moments that perhaps there wasn't someone there for me in the moments when I was younger, has made me realise that, oh yeah, I was definitely meant to be a mum. I was actually meant to learn this about
do you
myself.
see yourself in her? Like,
oh my gosh, in so many ways. And my husband said, she said something the other day and I was like, oh gosh, I was laughing so hard. I said, she is so funny, man. She's like a fucking comedian. And my husband looked at me and said, she ain't a comedian, she's just like you. And you laugh at your own jokes. That's why you laugh at her jokes, because it's like you just laughing at yourself.
she's a mini you.
She's a mini me. So yeah, it gave, a lot of comfort. But then I feel like maybe the toughest points of being a parent is worrying about what I'm doing now and what are the effects going to be like when she's older. Am I doing the right thing? Like my daughter is obsessed. Well, she'll talk to you about money all day long. Investments, credit cards, debit cards, saving. If you give her money, she ain't spending it. Like I took her out with one of her friends, shouts out to Freddie and Lenny, his son. We went to Hobble Down and I make her take her card everywhere. Take your card, because if you want things, you have your money. And we've gone and I was trying to teach her a lesson about being kind to your friends and looking, if you're going out with somebody, then you offer to buy them a drink. It's,
Yeah.
So we've gone and then she went, I said, okay, they was doing marshmallows. I said, okay, you can have a marshmallow, but buy one for Lenny. She's like, what? But how much is that? I said, go and buy one for Lenny. And then his dad said, no, it's all right, princess, I'll buy it. I said, no, this is a lesson. Like when you're with your friends, you look after the people that you're with.
100%.
So she went up and then he had a bottle of water in his hand and she's like, do I have to buy the water as well? I said, no, you don't have to buy the water. Just buy yourself too much money. But I could see the panic in her face of having to spend her own money. So sometimes I feel like, have I drilled this money thing into her too much?
She's going to be a millionaire, you do know that.
Listen, I accept it. I accept it. Yeah. The way that she speaks about money and like she even talks about when she moves out, oh, I'm only going to move out once I own 5 houses. So I'm like, why? And she's like, because I'm going to buy the first house and then that house will give me money. And then I'm going to buy a second house and then that house will give me money. And then when I get 5 houses,
like that.
but I said to her, so, but then how much rent are you paying me? Like, so I said, where are you living? She said, well, I'm going to stay with you. I said, okay, so but how much are you paying me? She's like, I'm not paying you. I said, oh, no. If you've got 5 houses, babes, you're paying your mum some residual income here.
100%.
So yeah, so like a tough part of parenting for me is just figuring out, like, am I doing the right thing? Because we never know, because the world changes, you know, like the world changes.
So, the low. I don't know. There's just so many things in terms of, God, I don't know. This is a hard one because I've got 4 of them.
Yeah.
Thinking like, it's just decisions sometimes. Like, I think it's just decision, just always just keeping an eye.
Yeah.
Especially with how the world is just changing and just making sure that obviously we can teach our kids certain things, but when they go out into the real world, we hope that they maintain that thought, like they remember the stuff that I've instilled in them. And that's my biggest worry, you know, in terms of like, oh my God, like, because they're at the age where, you know, they're meeting new friends now and they want to, you know, go here and go there.
It's like they're in control of their own decisions.
We can't always hold them too tight, you know, because that'll make them more want to go.
Yeah.
But, I feel like that's what it is, you know, my fear. Like my son, he went on his birthday, he went to Spain. He went with his good friend, but still I was just like, I went to the when he was going now, the gate, and I even tried to go to the gate. I said, no, couldn't I just at least see when the plane goes off? I said, nah, you have to wait at the gate, and that was like horrible for me.
Is it through the security? Isn't it?
Yeah, he had to give me a hug. Like he had to hug me. Like I was like, oh my God, like okay, like I know obviously my brother lives in Spain. One of my brothers. I've got 4 brothers, my sister. So he was going over this, and my brother was waiting for him, but that was a lot.
And how old is he?
He's 19.
Oh yeah, no, you're insane. I mean, when I was 18, I went iron apple by myself with my friend, but I definitely didn't have no relative over there. I was like, Mum, deuces.
Really?
Yeah, I was 18. I went to with 10 friends. Went to Iron Apple 2 weeks, no mobile phones because obviously we're talking I think the year 2000. Now I feel like. How did my mom even like agree to this? But she had no choice. I was 18, going about my business.
It's true.
But that first time when you go through security and you leave your loved ones on the other side, even as a mom, I thought I was going to find it easy, but I got to the gate, like one of my first solo trips. And if I'm going with her dad, it's like, okay, cool, it's both of us leaving her. But when it's just one, it feels very different. And I remember getting through the departures and then really feeling quite emotional, like, and then I was like, no, I'm fine, had a glass of champagne, all good, babes. And then I was on a plane, and then when the plane took off, that's when the crumble came. So I thought, oh my God, I'm gonna die on this plane. And it was my choice.
And that's what I was just like, no, but he had to console me. I was like, Mummy, like, come and get a grip. Like, get a grip.
And also, so I'm not gonna lie, the brother, you had good things. Your brother's over there. He's going with flying with a friend. Yeah, you need to cut the cord.
I know. It's me. It's me.
Oh,
but he's. I do love that he's mature. My kids do have a level of maturity. Yeah. Like they have their cards as well.
Okay.
But they have a certain allowance, all of them, they obviously save as well. So
that's incredible.
I try. I just try. All I can say is I just try.
Do you know what I think, like, as we kind of come to a close, I feel like that's a really important message that you just said. And I think that it's trying. Yeah. You know? And I feel like in this lifetime, we are shown so much success, but we are never really shown the try. The trying.
And the truth.
Yeah, the truthful trying.
Yes.
Yeah, we're not really, there's no light on the road. Like, the middle is messy. Yeah, and the majority of our life is spent in the middle, trying to get to the next destination or whatever it is that we're trying to achieve. And I think that it's really important, if you're a mom especially, take a moment to stop and smell the roses and understand, you know what, outside of everything else, I gave birth. Okay?
4 times.
You've done it 4
The
times.
epidural didn't help as well. One epidural, that went over. They didn't help you. They didn't work. I pushed all of them. Then no gas in it, nothing helped.
So
Yeah.
funny. No, but honestly, you need to obviously stop and smell the roses for yourself, because all of the achievements and stuff that you want to do in your own lifetime, in your own dreams, in your own world, in your own career is all fantastic. But you've already won. I think because giving back to the earth by means of being a mum is such an important gift, and you look like you do it effortlessly. So well done to you, Glamz Tan. But thank you so much for joining me today. I've appreciated you. I can't believe we're at the end of the episode.
Already, it's gone, isn't it?
It's gone so quick. Conversations like this with Glamz Tan are so important, because sometimes we spend so much time talking to the parents that have little kids. We don't have a lot of conversation with parents that have older kids, and really learn and understand that what they were doing when their kids were younger, how they're affecting them as teenagers and growing up. And also not cutting the umbilical cord, babes, because what it sounds like is this: we're holding on. But I love to hear it, and I'm really, really excited for you guys to take some lovely tips from Glamz Tan. And yeah, thank you so much for listening.
Thank you. Bye.
The Parent Playbook.